This one says, don't let any man sleep with you before he marries you.
Mm.
Before I say anything further, let's hear it from the horse's mouth.
Sleep with you, I cannot. Don't let any man sleep with you before he marries you. If any man tells you until I sleep with you, I cannot marry you, he's a bicycle. Wait for your Bentley. I don't care what goes on in the world. When we're newly born again, if the strap of your bra shows, you'll be feeling bad. These days, you see cleavages, you see skirts, you see, this is not how they raised us. And we need to start changing the trajectory of Christianity. I like the word switch. Don't use sex as a trap, thinking a man will marry you if you sleep with him. There is no man that does not want to be a hunter. If you give it to him on a platter of gold, he will abuse you.
If you give him on a platter of gold, he will abuse you. I'm very sure you understand what the story is. So there's no need for me to do a lot of narration. I just felt like it was my table that I'm Mitchell's story. I'm Mitchell's gossip. I'm me gossip about her. Now I did gossip about myself. Only me one with makeup. Only me one with hallelujah. Jide, what do you have to say to that?
She hasn't said anything. I want to hear her talk.
Oh yeah, no.
Honestly, I'm just like why? Like, what's all this? But at the same time, I'm looking at it from her maybe mother perspective. Maybe she's just like maybe a lot
Looking
of
out.
young people. She sees them fall into such, and she's like, why now? Fine girls like you now.
opening on your body.
Don't be opening your body like this. Don't be free. Don't be looking like all this cheap. So
What
I
do you think
mean-
about people having sex before marriage?
Now this I don't know. It depends on. I won't say it depends on you. If we're looking at it like terms of like our religion, Christianity, you know that it's not supposed to be so, but people still go ahead and do, right? So at this point, yeah, from my Christian mind, I say no. But from the
From
other
Gen Z
perspective,
mind.
from the Gen Z mind, you can go ahead now. Why not? If you feel like you can.
If
You want to do it, but please do not regret. Like some people just don't be
After
coming
you
out
do
and
it,
be
start
saying,
thinking,
"Oh,
okay.
he touched me, he took me." No. Don't let's not talk like that. You went ahead, you agreed to it, you did it, right? That's fine.
So accept what comes out after. What do you think, Jide?
First, I just feel like it's a biased statement. Reason being
Biased.
that you said don't sleep with any man before marriage. If you had said do not sleep with your partner before marriage, then I'm going to listen to you again, because why are you coming from just one perspective? What happens to the other party? Do you understand? Why do you think it's one person that's enjoying sex? Do you get it's
Okay.
male and it's female? In fact, if it's about biology, the female actually enjoys sex more than the male. So
Yeah.
what the
yeah.
hell? Like, damn it.
Sorry.
So yeah. So come on, do you get? And again, I wouldn't say that she's also wrong, because she's speaking from the from our perspective, from what governs where she exists, what governs what she believes. Do you understand? What if there's another person in that religion called something else that we don't understand? And in that religion, in fact, you need to have like 2 kids before you get married.
Yeah.
Do you understand? So I think that's also dependent on what religion is what. So it's what do you accept? Okay, you decide, okay, I'm a Christian. Then how well are you following the laws of being a Christian, the laws of the Bible, if you're following the Bible? In fact, there are different Christianity. There's different methods. There's ones that are Baptist, there's
Doctrines.
there's that, there's this. So it's which of the doctrines that you're following. Then have you made up your mind and say, you know what, this is what I want to follow? If you decide to go by this, then be ready to live by the repercussions based on where you exist. Like she said, like you can't come back and start saying, "Oh, why now?" Don't what the yeah. Stop regretting. You made a decision. Follow through with it. Are you also ready for the? I don't want to use the repercussion. Are you ready for whatever comes out of it?
Yeah.
Do you understand? In fact, again, when you do that, you see teenagers that, because you're not giving them proper sex education from church, for example, they end up doing this stuff and then they get pregnant and then they realize they're not ready for pregnancy when they could also have learnt about, safe sex and how not to get pregnant if that's what you want to do. And then you're missing the information that you want to share with them. Let them understand. Even in the hospital, we're telling you, to avoid infections, to avoid this and that, abstinence is number one. That's not even a church thing. That is biologically. It feels
Yeah.
like, let's just be
Health-wise
logical.
now.
Abstinence is one. But however, if you decide to go ahead, these are the other means to make sure that one, you do not get pregnant and you do not get infections. Do you get? So it's also based on what law, what doctrines do you follow? Some people don't even believe that God exists.
Yeah.
Do you understand? So yeah, so which one do you follow? Be ready for the repercussion or the whatever it is that comes with it.
So which one do you follow?
Do I follow?
Yes.
I honestly don't know. I don't know. But whenever I'm filling forms, I say Christianity.
Oh wow, interesting. All right, let's quickly check the people. The comment section to see people's reaction on that. All right, this one says, "God have mercy. Both men and women need to protect themselves." Okay, if a man isn't interested, if a man isn't interested, her girlfriend should. Oh, sorry, her girlfriend will also be cool. But ladies in the comment, you are really showing some characters. Those who have ears will hear her point in reminding this in her church, especially this generation. May God help us.
Oh.
Next one, Ma. I love when I was reading this one make me laugh a lot. This one say, Ma. Sound checking. Sound checking sexual life before getting married is very important, Ma. I repeat, sound checking sexual life before getting married is very important, Ma. Nothing wrong about it. Nothing wrong about it. When they got married and the fantasy or the sexual life is zero, it's a big mistake that any man will never forgive himself. Do you agree?
See, people with their own rules and regulations and stuff. I'll first ask, but what is the definition of married? Because like you see two objects together and say, oh, they are married together. Did somebody come and bless them and say from today and tomorrow
Somebody come and
the
bless them.
cup and the cover and the bottle are now married? No. So I feel like it's just an understanding between two people, understanding where they're at. You can be married today and you feel like you've done everything right, and then like he's saying, first week things are not going the way they should, and then the guy is not happy, and then he starts sleeping with 300 people outside. Then what do you say? And then he comes and says, oh, I want a divorce. And then you see the person lamenting, oh, we didn't even do it before marriage. Okay. I'll be ready to live with that too.
Okay.
So, I mean, if you decide to, have sex before marriage, you decide to have sex after marriage, just be ready to live with whatever comes afterwards. That's it.
Do you actually think we both agree now that, okay, no sex, right, till we get married, do you think one way or the other it will actually affect the relationship? Given now that, you hear people say, oh, you know how this person like the style, you know the style of this person, you know the, sexual libido and all of those things. So,
I think that most people that have a problem doing that, meaning they no sex before marriage and then marriage they do and everything is not really great, and it's a big problem for them, is because they are quite myopic. I think that if you think if you're creative enough and your mind is open, you realize that sex is not just a thing of the coitus act itself. There's a lot around sex. There is a lot around the grooming, the words that are said, the outing. There's actually a lot that brings up the mood. There are people. It's so funny that, I'm so sorry, I just have to say it. The film I was telling you about that I made.
Yeah.
Something happened with the couples and someone cheated. But in that world, for example, the art of cheating was more significant and more heartbreaking than the sex itself, because it was more of a thing of the fact that you're able to open up yourself naked before another person that is actually breaking this person. Do you understand? And you've probably seen statements where people are commenting and saying that they having sex and being naked beside someone does not actually mean that you're actually naked in front of the person. It's more of how well you've opened up yourself to this person. So now, even with the coital act itself, that's supposed to be like the icing on the cake. So that's why some people say, oh, today they've done this style. They've done it for like 2 years, one thing. Let's spice things up. And then they spice it up and then it's different. And it feels like they've just started again. So that's what I'm saying, that what are the things surrounding the sex? I understand how it might be a problem for you, but if it's a problem for you, it might also be because you are being myopic. You're not opening your mind. You're not trying to find creative ways to make sure that we spice things up in a way that you see me differently and you're excited by my presence in the bedroom.
All right, so somebody has a question for you. Thank you so much for dropping your comment. I really appreciate. This person says, "How would you know if you are sexually compatible medically without trying out sex?"
What you mean sexually compatible medically without trying out sex? I mean, it starts with the fact that what is your chromosomes? Are you X, Y, and XS? Or are you, in a way, have you changed your nature? You're trans now, and then we start trying to figure that out. I mean, that's like basic. I mean, there are also some routine tests that you do in the hospital. There are some, even from conversation, because it's not medically also involves the state of the mind. How do you see this person? What are the things that spark your interest in this person? This person's smell? Is it the looks alone? Is etc. And are you guys working together to make sure that you maintain that? For example, you see a guy that meets this lady today, and she's slim, and that's part of why he likes the lady. And then you guys get married, and everything now relax, and she don't chop up, and then there's no even thing of make her even go gym, make her feed you right small, so that because that's what is making this guy interested in me also, and that's part of why is having a head on because he wants to have sex with me. Do you understand? So there are a lot of things that you can check medically, but it's still limited. The most important point for me is a state of the mind. It's how you see this person. Do you guys converse? Do you tell your partner what makes you get turned on when you see the person? Do you have that conversation at all in the first place? Or you're just feeling like a bad guy, like, yo, I don't need to say things like this? Or when she does something to you, do you tell her that you actually really like this? Most people don't have that conversation.
All right, there's this question here. So, the question I asked earlier, what this person was actually trying to say here, the person said, I mean, is there a medical method of to determine if one is sexually compatible? That's what the person said.
I would say never. There are only couple of investigations that you can do to check if, as a person, you are sexually fit. But when it comes to putting two people together, apart from anatomy, which is pretty obvious, you see someone that is like maybe 4 feet, pelvis is like really this, and then you see, I'm trying to get married to this guy that's like 10 feet, and we're like, okay, where do we start from? Yeah, so that can be obvious. Again, it also depends on conversations with the partner and the doctor, and again, how much, because at the end of the day, there's still patient-doctor confidentiality thing going on. What if there are things that your partner does not want you to know? Do you understand? Because it's kind of private, and trying to hide that, you still can't hold the hospital responsible or the doctor responsible for not sharing that information with you. And that information might actually be an issue as regards both of you being sexually compatible. So, like I said, you never say, you can't say yes.
Okay,
100%.
But I mean, just to be what you just said now, why are you even in a relationship if you cannot tell your partner everything?
I mean, it's the world that you live in today. Unfortunately, there are some things that people feel like is not the right time, and they keep holding back till it's too late. Because at the end of the day, they feel like if they tell the partner now, they might lose the person. I'm not in support of that in the first place. I feel like, you should be able to converse. But I do understand that it exists. And I understand your fears and concerns about not sharing it.
Do you know the interesting part? This person will still live one way or the other. So it's either the person lives now or the person lives later.
But some people think it's harder if you're married already. They feel like, okay, at least we're locked up. Have you not heard of people that decide to get pregnant so that they can get married?
What do you think about that?
I feel like the word I want to use, I feel like that doesn't make sense. Doesn't make any sense. I feel you're just selling yourself short. If you don't deserve the person, in fact, the person does not deserve you in the first place. Just get out.
Because I mean,
get out. In fact, because of that, they should leave you. Like literally.
Like
yes. Now, if you think that getting pregnant is what will tie us together, then we should leave. We just go your separate ways.
It shows you don't have. You don't think you're valuable enough to be in a relationship.
The guy will tell you, I'm ready. I will take care of the child, but forget nothing. We're not together. Do you get?
All right. So speaking of,
are you thinking of doing that?
No.
I was shaking her table and I love it.